Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. That's it for today's video. The coffee is courtesy of Ross. Thanks so much, Ross. I really appreciate it. So it's Tuesday. On Tuesdays, I try to test my palate, drink something outside the norm, like coffee, maybe whiskey, mystery beer, whatever. A style I don't drink a lot. And I like doing coffee and spirits because so many beers I have coffee. Things, roasted malts that, can taste like coffee, beers that were aged in spirit barrels, so like it's all in service of the channel, in my opinion. And I'm just super stoked on this. So it's Intelligentsia, proper mugware. I got this a while back. It's a Bourbon County brand stout coffee, and this side because they use Intelligentsia. So it is organic Gallo, notes of milk chocolate, honey, and cola. Anything else worth reading? Yeah, that's just like generic. Okay, so nothing else special to this coffee. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Oops. Too much stuff. Maybe I'll put that back on. So that's what it looks like pre-plunge. Let's take the plunge. So weird because it's the morning, I don't typically film stuff in the morning, so it's like I haven't talked yet today except saying bye babe to my wife when she went to work, and then now I'm talking and it's weird, my voice sounds different. So yeah, it got darker obviously. It's a really dark brown, there's a little bit of red in there, and dead center it looks black, so yeah, looks like coffee. Let's pour it into the proper mugware. And I'm hoping I timed this correctly, that it's still plenty warm enough, but it's not too hot for me to drink. All right, so that's what it looked like. Let's get into the aroma. There's a sweet nuttiness, walnut more than anything else. A little bit of, chocolate. The cola thing that they said, it's interesting. I haven't had cola in many years. If I do have soda, I'm more of a root beer guy. So I'll take their word on it. I don't quite go there. But yeah, a soft chocolate. There is some like that perception of sweetness to it. Not that it, coffee. I didn't put like any sugar or anything in the bottom, but it does, exude some of that for sure. I don't get. It's kind of like beer reviews. Sometimes, in certain styles of beer, it's like, oh, it's weird. I'm not getting like in an IPA. I almost always get orange, right? So it's like, oh, I don't get orange in this one. To me, that's is worthy of a tasting note of something else. So sometimes the absence of things, in a style, in a whatever, coffee, I don't get any citrus is the short version. Sometimes I get a little bit of like an orange. Yeah, that chocolate, the mix of chocolate and roast with that nuttiness, there's a little woody thing as well. It smells really good. Let's get into the taste. Cheers. Thanks again, Ross. Hope you're doing well. Well, I know you're doing well. You just got engaged, brother. Congrats again. Yeah, it's temperature-wise, it's okay. I timed it correctly. Yeah, so for me, it follows what I was saying on the nose quite a bit. I get some walnut. I get a good amount of woodiness. I'd actually flip, because the walnut was the first thing I really pulled, that nuttiness, and then I'm like, it's not almond, it's not pistachio. I was like, what kind of, oh, like, it's walnut. But it tastes, it's more of that woodiness. There's a good level of roast. It's not the most roasty beer I've ever, it always happens, most roasty coffee I've ever had, but as it should, it does have a good level of roast. It's there. And interwoven with that roast is some chocolate. Like I was saying, the aroma, and of course they said honey, like there is some sweetness to this without any sweetener added. But coffee is bitter and it's not particularly sweet. There's a little bit of acidity, all that kind of stuff that's supposed to be there is certainly there. But yeah, the chocolate thing is interesting to me because it's not, for me anyway, it's not easily identifiable. They said milk chocolate, I believe, right? Or they say chocolate milk. They said notes of milk chocolate. Maybe I should put this back here now. Notes of milk chocolate. I can't as confidently say that's specifically the kind of chocolate I'm getting. There is a chocolate element. Because of roast, I want to say like a darker chocolate, but it's not full on that either. It's certainly not a Hershey syrup kind of chocolate. It's not exactly cocoa powder, like, so it's somewhere in the chocolate realm, but it's hard for me to easily identify. Yeah, appropriate level of acidity. There's something else there. What is that? Going back to the nutty thing, I'm gonna stick with walnuts. A little bit of macadamia. That might be their thing. I'm kind of getting it. It's another nutty thing. Yeah, and it can be a little bit more specific than just saying nuttiness. Anyway, really good cup of coffee. Intelligentsia does a great job. If you want to laugh, search on YouTube Conan O'Brien visiting Intelligentsia. Really good remote that they did. It's funny. It's very funny. I'll probably watch that when I'm done recording this. Have you ever had this before? Have you ever had any different coffee from Intelligentsia? Are you a coffee snob like me? Anything, everything, comment section below. Oh, thanks again, Ross. Really appreciate it. And Hannah. Really appreciate it. Have you had this coffee before? Any coffee? Are you a coffee person? Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.